WyoGives is a 24-hour day of online giving, supporting nonprofits across the state of Wyoming. It's our 5th annual WyoGives Day, which is a milestone. It also happens to fall on Statehood Day, which is July 10th. So we're super excited to be celebrating Wyoming and the spirit of giving on Wyoming Statehood Day.
WyoGives is an initiative of the Wyoming Nonprofit Network. The Wyoming Nonprofit Network is the official statewide association for nonprofits. Our mission is to amplify, cultivate, and advocate for Wyoming's nonprofits.
At the Wyoming Nonprofit Network, we believe WyoGives is a very important initiative. It's one day to celebrate Wyoming and for communities to come together and collaborate and support the nonprofit sector that does so much.
Live here, give here. Live here, give here.
Live here, give here.
It is here at last, WyoGives Day, July 10th. Hi, I'm Kathy Holman, Prairie Wife. I'm going to be your MC throughout this entire day of giving across the entire state of Wyoming. I'm going to give you a little tour of what the day is going to be, and then I'm going to introduce you to some very special people that are behind WyoGives Day. We're going to be live streaming all day, almost every hour on the hour. We're going to be giving prizes away. We're going to be catching you up on all the donations that have been made to the 380 Wyoming charities that are participating in this amazing day. We have interviews with experts from all different charity sectors, from all different cities across the state of Wyoming. It's a big party, which is perfect because it's also Wyoming's birthday today. 134 years old. Doesn't she look good? I haven't even seen a wrinkle anytime I've been out and about the state. So let's bring on those experts I was talking about. Let's bring on the people behind WyoGives Day, the Wyoming Nonprofit Network.
Good morning, everybody. Happy WyoGives Day. I'm Jody Shields with the Wyoming Nonprofit Network. There we are. Happy WyoGives Day and happy birthday, Wyoming. I'm so happy it's finally here. We work on this for many months, almost the entire year. And so we're super excited to have it finally arrived. And I'm very excited to introduce our team behind the scenes that worked so hard in making this day come to reality. So Catherine Radigan, our Communications and Program Manager, Tess Middlestadt, our Director of Learning and Development, and Collier Fernickies, our Membership and Operations Coordinator. I'm going to turn it over to them to talk about WyoGives and the Wyoming Nonprofit Network. Catherine?
Thanks so much, Jody. We're so excited. Our team can't believe that WyoGives is finally here. And thank you all for being on this ride with us. It's been an exciting 8 hours so far. We're really excited to see the day unfold. As Jody mentioned, I'm the Communications and Program Manager for the Wyoming Nonprofit Network. And in case you're not familiar, WyoGives is an initiative of the Wyoming Nonprofit Network. It's a 24-hour online fundraising event designed to bring the state together as one community to raise funds and awareness for Wyoming's nonprofits. So the WyoGives platform provides a really simple, easy to use donor platform, and you can easily check out, search organizations, and we are really excited, like I said, to see the day unfold. If you look at the website right now, you can see donations that are coming through. So I will go ahead and pass it over to Tess to share more about WNN.
Yeah, we're so excited. So in addition to hosting the WyoGives initiative, which Catherine mentioned, there are a lot of other aspects of the work that our team does that I'm excited to celebrate with you. The Wyoming Nonprofit Network, I don't think a lot of people know this, but is the largest association of nonprofit organizations in the state. We have more than 400 members we serve, and countless other organizations that aren't members that we also work with. So in service of these members and really, quite honestly, the nonprofit sector across the state, our mission is to amplify, cultivate, and advocate for Wyoming nonprofits. I'm a little biased. I'm sure the team would say this, but as the Director of Learning and Development, one aspect I really love about our mission is the cultivate aspect. And what that really means is we're talking about building connections between organizations and facilitating learning opportunities for all Wyoming nonprofits. So whether that be through our annual conference, at monthly networking events that we help host in communities across the state, or even learning opportunities that we offer online, our goal really is to continually better organizations through skills and through information, and do whatever we can to support organizations that are doing this work across Wyoming. And so this cultivate aspect of our work is something that we're really proud of, and something we wanted to take a second to celebrate with you today. And I know that Collier is excited to share a little bit more about the support we offer beyond cultivating.
Hi, everyone, and happy WyoGives Day and happy birthday, Wyoming. As you know, when you usually call the network, when you're needing technical support, you'll be talking to me. I'm happy to help you however I can in terms of the member benefits that we have, opportunities for networking, and resources that we have available for members and non-members as well. You can find all these on our website, www.wynonprofit.org. You can send us an email, especially through today. If you're having any issues or have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm going to throw it back to Jody now, who will give you some more information.
Thanks, team. Before I turn it over back to Kathy, I want to announce some prizes that started right at midnight. It was so fun to see. Catherine and I were watching the site go over in the wee hours this morning. And so our first prize of the day, which has been posted on Facebook, but I want to announce it here, was Black Dog Animal Rescue. I think that came in at 12 o'clock and 03 seconds or something like that. So very first gift of the day. So Black Dog Animal Rescue will get $500. And then we had the ever popular 3:07 a.m. prize, which is super competitive and fun to watch if you're a night owl and you want to stay up or get up at that hour. We picked three winners, and they were closest to 3:07. So we're seeing here on our prize page right now, those have been posted. It's Wyoming singer-songwriters, Home on the Range, Animal Haven, and Alliance for Historic Wyoming were our 3:07s. And then this morning, we had what we call a golden ticket. And that is every 2 hours, we randomly pick from the donations received in an organization, a small and a larger organization. So we have 2 golden tickets, $500 each. So our 4 to 6 a.m. 2 winners are Afton Food Pantry and New Community Health Foundation. So congratulations to them. And then just hot off the press, we have our 6 to 8 a.m., which hasn't been posted yet, but I have here for you, is Sheridan Community Land Trust and Edible Prairie Project. So be watching for those golden tickets. We'll be doing that through midnight tonight, every 2 hours. So I'm happy to give you updates. The team will be providing updates. Watch Facebook. Also, we post those updates on our prizes page on WyoGives.org. I'll turn it back over to Kathy.
Thanks, ladies. I think now is your time to quick get some coffee. If you have been rocking and rolling since midnight for WyoGives Day. Now, throughout the course of the entire day, we'll be touching base with all of our people that are working behind the scenes at the Wyoming Nonprofit Network, and they're going to be the ones announcing those prizes that we'll be doing every hour or so. Let's get back to business. I'm going to bore you a little bit with some details, but I promise they're really important. So pay attention, okay? There won't be a test, but this is the stuff you need to know so you can do the most good work today on WyoGives Day. First of all, you're going to be seeing a lot of information pop up on your favorite charity's social media sites about today being the day to donate. Please go to wyogives.org. I'm going to say that again, wyogives.org, to make those donations, because when you do it through that site and that platform, that's how you qualify that charity that you love for the Golden Ticket Award, for matching funds that are out there, and all sorts of other amazing things that are available as part of this WyoGives Day. So I'm just going to reiterate that, say it again, go to WyoGives.org. Find the charity that you want to donate on the website, and that's how you want to make your donations today, so they can get extra bang for their buck with all of those golden tickets and all the other great things that the Wyoming Nonprofit Network is doing throughout the day. If you have any questions, as you saw, our team behind the scenes is ready to go. You can message us on social media. You can email us. You can go to wyogives.org and use the contact information there and ask them any questions. Or you can even do it right here in the live stream in the comments. We are paying attention and we will get to that. Again, we're going to be celebrating statehood today. We're going to be celebrating all the amazing people across the state of Wyoming that have things they're passionate about and use those passions to help others through their charities and through their organizations. Now, remember, you don't have to just pick one charity today. If you have a certain giving budget that you've set aside for the day, definitely feel comfortable to sprinkle it around. We have another one of those special 307 prizes at 3:07 p.m. this afternoon. If you want to wait and see if you can be the person that donates at just the right time to get that extra bang for the buck then. Again, I am Prairie Wife Kathy Holman. I'm going to be your tour guide, your MC for the day. And part of that is me doing interviews with great people across the state. So I think we're ready to do that. Can we please, Chris, my man behind the scenes, can we have Amy here, our first interview of the WyoGives Day? Hi, Amy. How are you?
Good morning. Fantastic.
It
Welcome
looks
to
like the
Sheridan,
weather
Wyoming.
is amazing there.
It is extra roasty today. It's Sheridan Wild Rodeo Week, which is always extra roasty.
It's either roasty or you have a hailstorm, right? One or the other.
Absolutely. There's no middle ground.
So as you heard Amy mention, she is in Sheridan. Why don't you briefly tell us, Amy, introduce yourself and tell us about the organization you work with here in Wyoming.
So I'm Amy Albright. I'm the executive director of the Center for a Vital Community at Sheridan College. We're a program of Sheridan College, but we're also a standalone nonprofit, and we're all about investing in our community. So our mission is to invest in people to engage in and strengthen our community, because when communities are healthy, when people are interested and engaged and really want to see it, develop. And that's what we do. We're all about making our community better. And it's the most fun of all.
So what is your role in the Center for a Vital Community? Sorry, that's a long name. I guarantee you I'm going to trip up on that one again. I'm just going to apologize now for that.
Nope, just go with CVC.
Tell me,
much easier.
Right. Tell me what your job is, and then I want you to tell me your favorite part and your least favorite part.
So my job as executive director, there's only a staff of 2 of us. So as a result, so we do everything. So I do everything as an executive director, everything from, slapping stickers on water bottles for Campfire. If you guys can see that, that's our 8th grade leadership camp. To facilitating important conversations around community issues, to working with donors for fundraising. We work with about 40 nonprofits in the community to support them. So it's I do it whatever all the time, and every day is different, and that's what I love.
Okay, so what part have you found the most challenging about your role?
The only thing that is challenging about my role is the fact that we just got, this seems like a really piddly thing, but we got a new donor management system, which we've never had. And I have to enter donations, which is a fabulous thing. Who doesn't want a donation? Who doesn't want to enter it? Yeah. But it's just a little too data entry for me. And so then I get behind. I'm really good with thank you notes. I will send thank you notes immediately. I will make phone calls, but the getting it into the computer, that's my least favorite thing to do.
The administrative part, right? When you think about a charity, when you think about running an organization, you're thinking about the face-to-face, you're thinking about making those connections. But that administrative part is definitely part of charity work that I think gets overlooked. So how about we roll right into this question. So you offer, as part of what you do, support for community members that are running or working for nonprofits. And it can be really hard to find. It's such an interesting niche, the charity world and nonprofit. So what is some advice you have for someone that's in a leadership position with a nonprofit group?
I would say, and I think this is something that Sheridan does really, really well, and other communities may struggle a bit with it. Our nonprofits work so well together. We have a nonprofit support group that we meet every month, and we share triumphs and challenges and new projects that we have going on. And so we're all about collaboration and sharing. We share where our donations come from, talk about foundations. So it isn't, we don't silo, and we also we don't feel like it's a scarcity mentality. All boats rise, and when everybody does well, then it works so smoothly. And I think, as a nonprofit director, if you have an opportunity to get out and meet other nonprofit directors and spend time with them and figure out where you can synchronize, where you can collaborate, that's the magic of it. It really is.
I think that's wonderful advice, especially because you get so busy doing your own work, you forget, or you feel bad saying, you know what, Wyoming Nonprofit Network has a 2-day event. You feel bad taking 2 days off of work to go and do that. But you're really saying, no. It's worth making those connections with like-minded people, like-minded organizations. And I'm sure it probably prevents some of that reinventing the wheel situation.
Oh, hugely.
Yeah.
And
okay. That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Recommend.
Okay. So speaking of training, I know another part of what your organization does is leadership training. And I think it's vital in all of our communities across the state for us to have people that want to see positive and change and growth and are ready to learn. But it's so hard to find time. I know I'm a small business owner. I have 5 kids. By the way, I'm supposed to sleep and exercise and eat healthfully in between all of that. So what would you say to someone that says, look, I understand leadership training is important. I want to be a part of that in our state, but I don't have time for it.
I would say that there are, and again, as someone who's been through 3 different leadership training programs in the state, and one of which was our civic project, which is all around rural community leadership, it is absolutely imperative. I get it. I had small kids when I went through this too, and it takes the time, but it is so worth the investment. Not only are you meeting people from either all over the state or around your community who have the interest and the passion in your state or in your community, and so you're then building all of these new friendships and relationships, and those are going to really serve you in your job going forward, and also in your life. I mean, it's not just friendships, it's people that you call up all over the state and say, hey, listen, I'm trying to figure this out. Can you help me? You would never have that if you hadn't done that leadership training. Plus, the thing that we always say, no is a leadership word in the civic project. And it's so true, because I think leadership training also, especially with like-minded people, really helps you drill down on what's really important in your life. What kind of things do you say yes to? And what kind of things do you say, you know what, I only have this much time, and I'm going to go ahead and focus on the things that are going to make the most sense for me, for my business, for my family. And so that's, I think, another huge part of leadership training. And it looks great on your resume, I'm not going to lie.
Well, and that's something, I think when people think leadership training, that's exactly what they think. Okay, this is going to help me in my job. But just listening to you there, it sounds like the leadership trainings you've attended, the ones that are offered here in Wyoming, are actually more big picture. It's about
so
how you can be a leader in all different areas of your life. And I think that we sometimes feel like, okay, if we take a training, we have to immediately implement everything and catapult. But no, it's just listening to you in my head. I'm thinking, okay, you can do this leadership training and implement piece by piece and grow steadily until you are ready to maybe get interested in government or run for something in your community or help and be on a board. Okay. This is so fun. Amy, I could sit here and chat with you all day. We've got time for a few more questions. I'm
Okay.
trying to be good and keep us on track. So,
How nice.
yeah, we'll see if I can actually manage it. Study circles are something that you do in your community, and it allows locals to discuss and educate themselves on important topics. Can you share with us a few past study circle topics? Maybe someone's listening to what we're saying and they're thinking they can implement these in their community. So some past topics and maybe some future topics that your community is looking for these study circles.
Absolutely. So study circles is a process it's actually from everyday democracy, and it's bringing people from all over the community to have small group discussions around a topic that's really important to our community. So we, in the past, and you do it for 5 weeks, and it's all of these different circles talking to get like separately yet together. What is the problem? What's happening? What could be done? How can we move the needle on this? So you have all these people who are talking about this subject, and then you come together in the action form at the end and say, these are the initiatives that we think would actually make a real change in our community. So we've done that around early childhood education, poverty, creating a dementia-friendly community, and mental health. And it has been phenomenal, because when people come and they talk about these issues that are really important to them in our community, and then they create the solutions, and then other people come alongside, then you've bought in. Like, this isn't coming from top bottom, it's coming from grassroots. You've had that conversation and you think it's important, and this is what you think should be done, and then you do it. And so it has been a game changer for our county, for sure.
Well, and I think too, it sounds like you have a bunch of different people. So therefore, you're going to have a bunch of different ideas. You're going to have a bunch of different tools that they each come to the table with. So the chances of leaving with an actionable plan, as opposed to just a bunch of people maybe just venting and talking, which is good. But that to me is the most impactful part of those study circles, those circles that you do, is that you have an actionable plan that you can then take to your community and start working towards having happen.
Yeah, and you have people who step right up because either they were involved in the circles or they were watching from the sidelines and came to the action forum and say, yes, I will do that. I will be a part of that.
So what are some topics that you're thinking about addressing in the future, or you've kind of heard rumblings in your community that there might be a need to talk about at these?
Mental health is so huge, and obviously poverty is huge too. Mental health is so huge. And we're looking at possibly looking more into a youth mental health focus in the possibly in the fall. We'll see. But that's kind of what we're kicking around, especially the junior high age. We'll see how that turns out. But that's a tough time. It's a really, really hard time.
I've got 3 teenagers in my house right now, Amy. I'm going, yes.
You're living it. Yes. Yes.
I said that with love.
That might
be
where we go. So much love. And God bless the junior high teachers. Every single one of them.
Amen. Amen. I agree with you on that. So if someone watching has been inspired by what you've been sharing, they're thinking, okay, I want to get connected to my local community in this way. I want to find like-minded people. Can you give them a couple ways that they can do that? What should they do?
I think with, they seem pretty obvious, but, if you're a business and you just want to be invested in your community, obviously the Chamber of Commerce, that makes total sense. If you want to do more service projects, of course, the Rotary or Kiwanis or whatever your service clubs are. And if you really want to align your passion and values and interests with something that's happening in the ground in your town, you find the nonprofit that makes the most sense and you volunteer with them, whether it's asking if they have any board vacancies and be on their board, or you just volunteer for them and see, how you can help.
Yeah. And I think taking that first step and not being afraid to reach out. I know for me, one of the best things to do is find a charity I'm passionate about, follow them on social media and see what they're up to and just go to one of the events. Just
Absolutely.
go, show up, feel the vibe. And then you'll kind of organically meet the right person to talk to. At least that's what I've experienced.
And we're kind of the Chamber of Commerce for nonprofits. So we have a lot of people that will call us and say, hey, listen, I just moved here. I really want to get involved. Can you tell me what can I do? And so then we'll just kind of question, what do you like to do? Where do you spend your time? What's your free time? Where, all of those things, and then try to match them.
And I think that's so true. In Wyoming, we talk about that sense of community. I mean, let's face it, if the people that first moved here when we became a state did not work together as a community, none of them would have survived that first February.
Oh my gosh, that
And
first
I
February.
think, right? And I think that pioneer spirit of better together has just continued. And it's one of my favorite parts about Wyoming. And your organization, the other organizations like yours across the state that are working to bring leaders in the community together. I love that you're so willing to say, hey, this is who you should talk to. This is the right
you
fit.
bet.
We aren't what you need, but here, this is where you can go. So along those lines, what other Wyoming charities do you work hand in hand with?
You know, we're one of our focuses is nonprofit support. We work with about 40 nonprofits just in Sheridan County, and we do everything from board training to bringing in experts around how to really run a successful nonprofit, fundraising, IT. We're going to be doing something on AI, which we're really excited about because so many of our nonprofits are tiny, you know, like we are, and so they don't have the budget to be able to go to, you know, something in Denver or, you know, some big conference and learn best practices. So we bring experts here, and we're a huge supporter of the nonprofit network. So we always encourage and support people, and we'll even help scholarship them to get them to nonprofit network stuff. I mean,
okay, that is
Jody in the crowd every single day.
3 cheers for the Wyoming Nonprofit Network.
Love them so much.
All right, we are going to wrap up our time together,
Yep.
Amy, and then I'm going to stay on for a little bit and take care of some business. Amy, before we go, what does WyoGives Day mean to you?
You know, I was on the Wyoming Nonprofit Network board when we started talking about WyoGives, and to see its success is just mind-blowing. It's so exciting. And then when the Hughes Charitable Foundation came on board and provided that match, that just was a turbo boost for it. I love seeing the growth and excitement around WyoGives. I couldn't be more pleased.
Well, Amy, thank you so much for all the good work that you do and for giving me a beautiful view of Sheridan today.
Yes!
Now, we'll get some sunscreen on before you burn.
Yes,
I don't want to be
right now.
responsible for that. Thank you, Amy, for all the good work
Thanks,
that you do.
Kathy.
Thank you for the Center for a Vital Community for taking time out of your day to chat with me on WyoGives.
You bet.
So I'm going to
The 5th annual WyoGives is made possible through the support of our partners. Our incentive pool partner is the Hughes Charitable Foundation. Our lead bison sponsor is Wells Fargo. Our jade sponsor is Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming. Our Meadowlark sponsor is EOG Resources. And our media partners are Wyoming PBS, Yesco, Wyoming Public Media, WyoFile, Checked In Media, and Town Square.
I am back on again quickly. Just to let you know, I just want to point out right here. I was trying to think of all the different ways I could point this out. We're just going to go with this one right here. This banner that we have across, let's talk about everything that you can see here. So far on WyoGives Day, we have 1,611 individual donors that have donated on WyoGives Day. 2,980. It keeps on changing right in front of my very eyes. Different gifts that have been given, and look at how close we are to the $1 million mark. I can't believe it. It's 8:30 in the morning, and we have it's changing so quickly. I'm going to say we have raised $872,000. I feel like when I pop on again at 9 o'clock, we're going to already be at that $1 million mark. Of course, we can't get there without you. So thank you so much for that. And so far, 340 organizations have received donations. We have 380 in total. So come on, let's see if we can get those other 40 that haven't received. 341. I love it. We're going to be keeping you updated throughout the entire day on all the things. Hi, Chris.
Kathy, before we sign off real quick, I just also wanted to acknowledge so many of the people that were watching here as this awesome first hour kicked off. The United Way of Laramie County said, happy birthday, Wyoming. ARC Regional Services said, thank you all so much. Jennifer Wadeveld said, thanks all so much for supporting the communities of Wyoming and especially your support of Central Wyoming College. And Julie Greer said, love the CVC. And Amy, so Kathy, as we keep rolling today, we're going to keep inviting people to comment and be part of the conversation here with you. And we look forward to seeing everyone back with you here at 9 a.m. So
yes, we're going to be back at 9 o'clock. And Chris, you got to say hi and introduce yourself. This is the man, the magic, the one that is making all of this happen. Chris, thanks so much for your work on WyoGives. Oh, we've got another one from James right here. He's giving a shout out to our team at the Wyoming Nonprofit Network. He's out of Albany County. That's where Laramie, where UW is. This is so fun. Please, like Chris said, keep on participating. And another way that you can help your charities that you love and care about, besides making that donation through wyogives.org, is share their stuff, share this live video, help educate people about everything we're doing, and show up again at 9 o'clock and hang out with us some more.
We'll see you back in a few minutes. I am Chris Strubb, the Giving Day guy. I'll be here with Kathy all day long behind the scenes, helping you guys make this the best WyoGives day yet. So don't go anywhere. Hit that refresh button and join us again at 9 a.m. Wyoming time. 11 a.m. here in South Carolina. We'll see you.
I know, right? You got it right. Good job.